Hello everybody, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. In this video I will incorporate alternative ways of immigration to Canada, alternative to skilled immigration, alternative maybe to pilots, alternative maybe to PNPs. So say if you're going the widest, the most traditional route and trying to immigrate to Canada through express entry means as the federal skilled worker applicant, now you might find out that the scores in express entry are going up. There are reasons for it. Well, not necessarily these reasons are justified by logic. Some of them have something to do with the current government, but all in all, we have what we have, right? We're not here to discuss the reasons and what if. So say you got the score in express entry system which is far below the selection threshold, or you're not able to apply for express entry system due to your age or language ability, so you do not qualify, right? Maybe you lack 1 or 2 points. Now, what should you do if you would like to consider alternatives? Yes, of course, the very first answer is to look for PNPs, right? Which provincial program may take me with my set of skills. But if we look at the matter under a certain angle, if your occupation was not traditionally in demand by provinces, if you were not in IT, if you were not in, for example, finance industry, if you're not in operations, say you're a scientist, a biologist, right? So your occupation was not in demand by provinces, what would you do? Well, okay, again, as I said, we're above and beyond express entry. We cannot go there. We could try to look at different options, right? We could try to look at, for example, pilots, right? Maybe there will be an employer who's looking to hire me. But again, I'm looking right now and giving you worst case scenario, right? I'm a biologist and there are no employers in Atlantic. There probably are no employers in rural communities who are looking to hire a biologist. What else I could do? Well, one of the alternatives where you could benefit from is to go for an owner-operator. It's not as expensive as many may assume, right? At least it's less expensive than going for studies for 2 or 3 years in Canada. But this way you will be opening a company in Canada, incorporating the company in Canada, and it sounds more scary than it is actually, right? And with your own company, within the means of your own company, you will be able to get yourself a work permit. Your family may apply to come together with you under an open work permit. Your kids may study in Canada at the same time, and this will give you a chance to come to get Canadian work experience, or these points will be enough, right, for you to benefit from it and go for immigration. Now, another alternative for you will be going for studies. Do not forget the study option is still there on the table, right? So if you're not successful under the pilot, right? So it looks like your occupation might not be in the rural pilot as well. And I'm talking here about the most dire circumstances. Not successful under the pilot doesn't necessarily mean that you are trying to send your CV to employers. You send 50 of them and there are no positive responses so far. Everybody's looking for a person who is in Canada. No, but if you're looking for an alternative way, and there are circumstances sometimes when people want to come to Canada faster, maybe something's changing in your personal circumstances, maybe something's changing in your family composition, you want to come like as soon as possible, well, study option is still there. There might be an alternative to consider it. What could be done with studies? I mean, which way will we go, right? Will we go for a 2-year program? Will we go for MBA for 1.5 years? Will we go for the fast route master's program, which would be completed in a year, and will or will not it be sufficient enough for us to continue with immigration? Well, it's a separate story to sit and discuss and plan it carefully. But as I said, in the very worst case scenario where nothing is plain, there is an owner-operator, there is the study route, right? These two are relatively comparable in terms of the total cost. These two are relatively comparable in terms of the I would say efforts which you will have to put on the table. Owner-operator might be faster, at least it's faster I would say for 80% of applicants, but if not, go for studies. It is still there and you could still benefit from it. If you would like to discuss it further in details, feel free to drop us a line. We will sit and discuss it with you.